What's up YouTube, Day here from wargames, bringing you an updated World Chalice deck profile. Now it's been a while since I've done one of these, and it's actually come along quite a way. I really enjoy this deck. It's a nice deck to kind of get into and show off what the link kind of mechanic does, and it's actually become a little bit cheaper as well, because some of the core cards like Lee and Guard Dragon have dropped in price. They did like hit heights of about 20 odd quid, but now they've dropped down, so it's a nice easy one to get hold of for you guys. Obviously Firewall you kind of do need, but you do have other link 4s that you can try out if you wish, like Borlow Dragon and of course Topological Bomber Dragon, but these is your power play. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'll take you through the deck profile, talk you through what we do, and then hopefully kind of help you out a little bit. So, start off with triple World Legacy, World Chalice. Must play 3 of this. Yes, it is a level 5, but the whole idea of getting it on board, and then when it leaves board, because you've used it as link material, it brings you 2 more materials out of your deck, is really, really important, and it kind of helps extend your plays. The whole idea for World Chalice is to flood the board with link monsters. Unlike Spirals, they don't have the natural protection of something like Sleeper. So pretty much when you get Sleeper down, you've got game and a board full of link monsters, whereas with World Chalice, it's more about getting the link monsters out with a bit of protection. They can do it, but they're obviously the reason this isn't doing what Spirals are doing. It's still very, very good to show off the mechanic and very, very powerful. Triple Lee, the World Chalice. This one you play at 3 because it's always going to be relevant to you. Even though you can pitch to revive, so when it's normal, especially summoned, you add a World Chalice card, monster from your deck to your hand, so 9 times out of 10 you'll add the World Legacy, or any kind of other plays, any other card that you need to extend your plays. And then if it's in the graveyard, you send a monster from hand or field to the graveyard and then you add it back to your hand, but you can only use the effect once per turn. So yes, it's recyclable, but it's just that helpful. You want to open it. You open this play, you've then got plays to get you into Venus, or you've got plays to obviously get you into the World Legacy, World Chalice. Double Guard Dragon. You can play Guard Dragon at 3 if you wish. 2 kind of works enough, purely because its effect where it needs to come back to a link zone can be a little bit hindrance, but it's also a nice little hand trap as well for a bit of protection. When it targets a linked monster, you can pitch this card and then from the hand or field to the graveyard, and then you get to negate the activation and destroy that card. So it can be very, very helpful, and it can be played at 3 if you wish. Triple Beckoned by the World Chalice. I have gone for the vanilla build with this, with the rescue rabbits and ferrets and stuff like that, because I feel it has a bit more of a smoother approach. There are other ways of playing the deck, which, you know, is the best thing about this deck, is it has quite a lot of versatility to move around it. But me personally, I like this version. Next up we play 2 Chosen by the World Chalice and 2 Crowned by the World Chalice. Now, 2 Crowned by the World Chalice is quite straightforward. It is the less effective one in your deck. It is only a level 2, but we don't really worry about levels in this deck because we do rely on links. But obviously the 2100 defense, it's not always enough in this day and age, which is why we play at 2. The other one, Chosen by the World Chalice, is a nice little E-Telly target, which can help extend your plays. And at 2, it's just enough. Like, you can play it at 3, but unlike Guard Dragon, at 3, it might get too cloggy. Also, on top of this, the reason I'm playing the ratio like this is because I have 2 Rescue Rabbits in the deck, which obviously I'll do the Rescue Rabbits now, save us time. So I play 2 Rescue Rabbits and the 1 Rescue Ferret. Now I think this is one of the few decks that can actually abuse and use Rescue Ferret correctly, because it does have the ability of getting 2 Chosen by the World Chalice, or you can get 1 Crowned and 1 Beckoned, and obviously that makes your level 6s. You do have other options as well, with your Guard Dragon and your Lees and stuff like that. So Rescue Ferret can be very, very helpful, but it's just a little touch and tech that I'm trialling out. You don't have to play Rescue Ferret. You can basically take these 3 cards out if you wish for the Kaiju and Kyoto Waterfront kind of engine, which is 2 Kyoto Waterfront and 1 Gamma Seal. That works really, really well in the deck. Just in this one, I want to focus more on the World Chalices. But obviously with the 2 Rescue Rabbits, I've got targets in Crowned, I've got targets in Chosen, and I've got targets by Beckoned. Yes, if I wanted to play like a rank 2, very unlikely, a rank 3, or of course a rank 4, then the Rescue Rabbit will be more accessible. But the idea is that you use them, when you bring them out, you're using them for link materials anyway, to kind of circle through. So Rescue Rabbit can be a nice one to kind of unclog the deck and get your monsters on board. Now, the most important card in the deck is triple Agent of Venus Creation and triple Mystical Shine Ball. You want this in your first turn. You want Agent. 9 times out of 10 you'll open up a Shine Ball, which sucks a little bit, but, you know, it happens. We want to get Agent of Venus onto the board, and we can do this in multiple ways. They're sending it with Brilliant Fusion and bringing it back with World Chalice Armament from the graveyard. There's obviously Transmodify Lee into it as well, and basically you're paying life points, you're giving your Mystic Shine Balls, and when we get the new Link monster in Extreme Forces, which comes out in February, I believe it is, or end of January-ish, that's very, very helpful, because Agent of Venus with 3 Shine Balls makes him straight away, gives you 3 Link zones, plus obviously gives your opponent 1, but then you get to put 3 you get to draw 4 cards and put 3 back to your deck. So it's a nice little +1 kind of engine, and of course it opens up your Link zones, which you can then continue to boost on and extend plays that way. Next up, we play triple Exodius, the ultimate Forbidden Lord. Very, very good in this deck, because you do burn through your materials very, very quickly. He sends everything back to the decks, to the extra decks, and stuff like that. And that was one of the issues that World Chalices had when they first come out, before people had experimented with the deck, is that they would burn through their resources so quickly that they didn't really have much of a recovery. So people were playing stuff like Jar of Avarice and stuff like that. Whereas Exodius is the best kind of fit for this, because not only do you dump a big beater on the board, and obviously you can use him as link material, but he recycles your whole entire graveyard, which is fine for this deck, because there's very few that you need to, that you want to be recycling stuff. You could obviously add more draw engines into the deck, like Desires and stuff like that. Because you do play freeze of a lot of things, and then of course when you do Exodius to shuffle back your graveyard, it becomes a little bit more live. But on top of that, if you play hand traps in the deck as well, after you've used them, you then get to recycle them as well, so that can be very, very helpful. So being able to have another draw engine in this deck to maybe Exodius, send everything back to your deck and then draw off of it, could be very, very helpful, which again is where the new Link monster comes in when we get it in the new year. And then finally for the monsters is the 1 Gem Knight Lazuli. This is more important than Garnet, even though Garnet is a vanilla. Because we've got the vanillas here and we want to obviously recycle our Shine Balls. In the past, there was the Degusto Emerald, play with these guys up here that shuffled back your Shine Balls and let you draw 1. Now it's Exodius to shuffle these back without obviously the plus. But also Gem Knight Lazuli can help target a normal monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, so we can help recycle any of those, and of course your Mystic Shine Balls. Not that you want to, but it is an option there should you need to. So that's it for the monster lineup. As you can see, a very, very hefty monster lineup. This is just for consistency and being able to go off first turn to give you the best board possible. Triple Brilliant Fusion, straight up on that one. Now, of course, what I will mention in the monsters quickly before we go any further is there's no Maxi in there. You can easily play that, and that just makes it to a 41 card deck. And secondly, what is maybe a good start, if you want to, you can take a couple of the cards out, like I said, like maybe the Rescue Ferret, one of the Beckoned by the World Chalice and stuff like that, because what can really, really hurt this deck is if you get Maxied. Because you want to extend your board, there's not really a nice kind of end. Without having a special summon load, there's not really a nice end board, so when you do get Maxied, it can be very, very damaging. So it's very nice to have Ash Blossoms in your hand to go Ash, stop the Maxi, and then off you go. But like I said, that's a 1 in 40 card deck chance for your opponent to open up Maxi, but it happens. Anyway, Triple Brilliant Fusion. Now, of course, there are the issues with Brilliant Fusion stacking, so your Gem Knight Seraphonite and your Umduct the World Chalice don't stack your normal summons. So what you want to be very wary of is, when you make your Umduct, you don't use his normal summon. You use the Gem Knight Seraphonite's normal summon, so you can normal summon any monster from your hand. That in turn obviously helps more consistency, and your Umduct is just there to be another World Chalice monster to help make your play. So the ideal combo is, you get an Umduct on board somehow, you activate Brilliant Fusion, you send your Venus of Creation and your Gem Knight Lazuli to the graveyard. You then use your additional normal summon to either tribute off the Gem Knight Seraphonite for your World Chalice, World Legacy World Chalice, or you normal summon another World Chalice. You link the Umduct and the World Chalice into an Armament, and your Armament can then bring back Venus, which is very, very cool. So we play double Swing of Memories. Again, because you're playing the Exodius engine, you can take this out if you wish. Double Painful Decision. Obviously, this combos off very, very nicely with Swing of Memories, especially if you do it early. If you open up these, obviously you activate Painful Decision, you've got a monster in hand already, you activate Swing to bring back the monster you've sent with Painful Decision. You continue your plays off there and move forward that way. Again, if you want to play less of a normal engine and you play more of hand traps, you can take these guys out if you wish. Double World Legacy Heart. Again, this is the exact same thing as your Painful Decision and Swing of Memories. Now, ideally, it shouldn't really compromise too much with the YUGIOH, because you'll do the effect, you'll add back your 2 World Chalice monsters, and then move your place forward and get them back out of your hand to extend your board, and then obviously YUGIOH and send them all back. Which again would then negate the World Legacy Heart effect, because that will go back to your deck. But if this is stuck in your graveyard, it's still very, very good to kind of protect one of your linked monsters by battle, which is very, very cool. But again, you can take these out as well. It's down to personal preference on that. And then for the final 3 spells, we play the 1 E-Tele, the 1 Transmodify, and the 1 Soul Charge. Now, of course, Transmodify has been dropped down because we're playing the Brilliant Fusion engine, which can help the consistency of Venus as well. So you don't want too much, and obviously Transmodify can be very, very helpful to turn Lee, but you then need to have a Lee on board as well. So it's a very, very good combo with Transmodify, but because Ash is around, you can drop it down. But again, like I said, there are a bit of ample opportunities for personal preference. So if you do want to bump up, for example, your Transmodifiers, you can get rid of these. If you want to play your Ashes, you can get rid of 3 of those. And then if you want to play your Maxi, you get rid of that. It's not the end of the world. It can still work. It's just a different alternative for you to kind of trial out and play. Anyway, let's check out the link monsters. So we play standard double Firewall Dragon. You can make link monsters like this in this deck, and it's very, very consistency, very, very easy. And on top of that, Firewall can then help get you more monsters out of your hand, which means you haven't got to worry about using your normal summon of your Unducts and stuff like that. For our link threes, we've got the Ningrusu, the Gaia Saber, and the Trigate. Obviously, Ningrusu is a very, very nice draw power engine. Your Trigate Wizard is very, very easy to fill up his zones, and he can be very, very powerful. And Gaia Saber is another nice link free that can help you, because it doesn't require effect monsters. It can help you move your place forward, and you can use him to bring out the board. Your 1 Uramen, the World Chalice Bladesman, again, very, very important. Double Ib, single Proxy Dragon, so these are all your link 2s. And then for our link 1s, we play double Link Spider. Can still be very, very important, because obviously you can get that normal monster out of your hand as well, so it acts as a normal, an additional normal summon in a sense. But obviously you want your Unduct to be able to play into your Aram or your Ib. And then finally your 1 Gem Knight Seraphinine. So as you can see, a link deck has loads of link monsters and 1 fusion monster. So it's still very, very powerful and a very, very strong deck. It's very, very fun to play. It's something a little bit different and a little bit, you know, out of the norm. I definitely want to kind of see how far this deck can go. It seems that the new support it's getting isn't as effective, in the sense that it's more about, you know, like the Mech Knights. It's more about the Crawlers and stuff like that. So it's not so much about adding support to this. It's more about filling out the archetype or the story behind World Chalice, Crawlers and Mech Knights. Anyway, I hope this helps. Hope to give you a couple of ideas of playing World Chalice. It's definitely a fun deck and worth trialling out. I certainly love it and enjoy it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And for this entire week, obviously have a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Otherwise, enjoy your happy holidays, or maybe you're just your day off of work to relax and enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, guys, happy dueling and a very Merry Christmas. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.